Two teams that have combined to win 11 Super Bowl titles. The Steelers and the Niners are underway. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On second down, here's the option. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. On the move to his left. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll run on 1st down. Gibson. Gibson gets hit and he fumbles it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right?
Right.
To him, it probably felt like hours because he's agonizing, like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go with Watt again, the fullback. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Hands to the up man. This is Watt. But first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. They'll run with Gibson. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. We're scoreless after 1. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Jackson going to run, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he is going to go down, back at the 11-yard line. He loses a full 5 yards there on the sack, and it also brings up 4th down, 4th and goal. Prater's kick is good, and the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So the first points of the night belong to our home team as they're able to take the opening kickoff and at least get 3 points out of it.
Yeah, and that helps the crowd, right? Helps people feel good about why they're there watching this game. They move the ball well on their opening drive.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Throwing now is Murray. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They're going for it. Hits Murray.
Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Now Jackson steps away. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
From the gun, Jackson. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
Remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Jackson now.
The same target, same result. It's Kittle.
Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle from 3 yards out. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Prater for the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Taken at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray is going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Mike Gesicki, 67 yards.
And the Steelers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. And one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Now it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. This one left side caught by Gibson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, Charles, you know, it's so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leap the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw here taken in by Gesicki. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Murray. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he will have a Steelers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Slant to Adams. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
And with the scoreboard against him here in the 4th quarter, this was definitely 4-down territory. Really nice job there finding a way to get open, and a really nice throw. That sets him up with 1st and goal.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Aaron Jones punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers have taken the lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This taken in at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run. It's Gibson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. A handoff for Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a give to Gibson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 1st down, it's Gibson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Here's Gibson. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll run with Gibson. And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Oh, they'll let Andrews try to run. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Add that one to the good run tally right there. He's been strong throughout this game, and there's no reason to suggest he's going to slow down in the 4th quarter at all. And that's exactly what they need him to do. Keep churning out 1st downs.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to almost certainly win the football game. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night, everybody. Zerline now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. Jackson now to return. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Texans say they have it. They do. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded it. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage. We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down inbounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Here's Brady. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And Zerline's kick is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Here comes Andrews. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. First carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Tyrann Mathieu there to make the tackle. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Now Gibson. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Take it in at the 22. That'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. On play action, it's Brady. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Brady. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They run here with Singletary. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Again, it'll be Singletary. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Devin Singletary taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Texans push further out in front. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now from 5 yards further back, this becomes a 37-yard extra point attempt. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Here comes Andrews. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
After one, it's 9-0. Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On second down, a run with Gibson. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
2nd down and goal. Jackson. They'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Prater's kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. This fielded right at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply,
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
T.J. Watt in on the tackle. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Down to the 25. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Throwing is Jackson, sliding out of the pocket. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
set them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. A carry for Gibson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Made his first. This now from 42 yards out. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. Taken at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for 3rd down. They'll try to run for this with Singletary. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On the ground, it's Singletary. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. So that'll back him up 5. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Getting out a ton of success.
Zerline now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. Jackson now to return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Now Jackson going to take off with it. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Rolling to his right. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll run on first down. Gibson. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. From the gun on third down, Jackson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Jackson going to keep it running right. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Kamara there with a first down carry, but not much running room, and he takes it forward for only a couple. It's second down. 2nd and 8. The toss right to Henry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Throwing on third down, Fields. Flushed out right. And now the ball's out. Fumbled near midfield. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
Time, baby.
And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Extra point good by Prater, and it's now a 7-0 game. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Here's Fields. They set up the screen for Henry. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe one block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, and that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Play action. It's Fields. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Fields throw there complete to Ruggs. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now a first down throw, Fields, and caught by Henry. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. 2nd and 3 from the 9. Fields throwing again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Giants are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Derrick Henry taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Zerline good with a PAT. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you. That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Jackson's throw pulled in by Kittle. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. They'll throw on first down with Jackson, escaping the pressure right. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. Not much there, only a yard. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Jackson will throw again. And he'll complete this to Gibson. Here is Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have the show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, from a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
On second down now, it's Henry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
It got his man complete. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. On first down, Henry. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. On play action, Fields. He'll buy some time right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up even more big plays.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Out of the gun, Fields. Flush to his right. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Justin Fields, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Giants have taken the lead. They've already been on record as saying, hey, if our rookie quarterback's going to tuck it and run on a scramble, we kind of hold our breath. Well, that was a maybe no, yes, as he's able to get into the end zone.
Are you saying he's got to learn where the line is about whether you keep your eyes downfield, try and find a receiver, or you tuck it and go? And I think there's going to be some growing pains with that. I think in this case, he made the right decision.
And we know he's got the speed. He showed it there. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here's Jackson. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar. See him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back.
And my brother quit, so yeah.